I spent a lot of time studying Pancho Gonzalez. One of his quotes was that if he was in trouble and needed a good serve, he took his pinky off. And if he really needed a good serve, he took his ring finger off. And I'll demonstrate that in a moment. But the fun of this is that in the hand, they believe the last three fingers are the gripping fingers. And children can actually hang from a monkey bar with those three fingers, but not from those two. And so I take that to mean that if you remove some or all of those last three fingers, you weaken the grip and you enable the racket to be swung more like a whip. And I also got this from dialogue with this wonderful Fred Earle, who told me in many interviews that he thought what Sampras was best at was the loosest, most flowing motion he had ever seen. And so the three-finger grip, which also shows a picture of Pete about to hit a ball, and if you look very carefully, you see his fingers are off the end of the racket. Three fingers loosens the grip. Three fingers encourages the whip. But there's more to this story, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. Now, I've got the pinky and the ring finger off, and I don't recommend you play this way, but I do recommend you practice this way to start to feel how a three-fingered serve loosens everything up. And I'm not hitting hard, but I'm just demonstrating sort of a no-grip serve. And truly, I only had three fingers on it. And I could even hit a little harder. And if the serve is meant to be a whip, and you tighten the grip, you lose all that benefit. You could have some fun with this, and when I was a kid, my original coach, Blackie Jones, would actually demonstrate would serve with thumb and forefinger. And what he was really trying to show is that the grip was so bad, it would only work if the racket moved continuously instead of having it stop. And it's very interesting in the history of tennis that if you look in the 60s, rarely did people toss it high, and they weren't allowed to jump, so the serves were rhythmic. But something's happened in the modern era with some of the players having such a very high toss. Three fingers, gripping fingers, loosen up.